Good morning, geometry guys. We're coming at you for Mr. Jeffrey's first period class. Hadn't done this in a hot minute. Don't forget, hit like and subscribe at the bell. We're actually reviewing our special right triangles because it didn't go so well. Now, here are the rules that I kind of wrote down. Y'all should have wrote down in your notes and been able to come back and look at them. But I've really stepped it out this time. Okay, so you can't get any simpler than this other than somebody doing your work for you. And don't say, yeah, do that. No, I'm not. Okay, if you can go to the bathroom by yourself, you can do this. All right, so a 30, 60, 90 triangle. It uses a root 3. There's a reason this is up here, because on the very sad Check on Learnings yesterday, I had people using root 2 with the 30, 60, 90. I had people using root 3 with the 45, 90. Okay? Now, to find the short side is the long divided by 2, and it's always across from the 30-degree angle. The long side, we have two ways to find that. It's 2 times the short side, or the hypotenuse divided by the square root of 3. And it's across from the 60-degree angle. And the hypotenuse is the long side times the square root of 3. Now, so let's look here. You actually have to look at the triangle, and some of y'all are doing just these passing glimpses and wondering why you don't understand anything. Okay? Passing glimpses and silent whispers, and that's why we're in the state we're in. Thank you for getting the silent. All right, so what type of triangle do we have right here? That's a question I'm asking for y'all to answer. See, this is going to be great because I can go, when I send this out to the parents, I'll say, go to this minute mark and listen to the silence when I ask them a question that's very obvious and they don't answer. No. It's one of these two triangles. Yes, it does have a 90-degree angle because we're doing special right triangles. They all have 90-degree angles in them. Okay, we have 2 different descriptions up here at the top of the screen. I actually only went over one. I wonder which one it is. Yes, thank you. It's a Christmas miracle. It's a 30, 60, 90. Now, some of y'all can't even say that because you really need a cranial rectomotomy. Cranial rectomotomy. What's where you have to have your head surgically removed from your butt, because some of y'all have your head so far up there, 6 hours before you're about to pass gas. Yeah. Now, what square root does a 30, 60, 90 use? Yes, square root of 3. All right. What is the measurement given? 9, and this is the short. Okay? So how do I find the long here? The x. This is the long, and this is the hypotenuse. Say it again. Times 2. We are going to multiply by 2. All right, so to find x, we're going to say 9 times 2, and this is 18. That is our answer. All right, y is our hypotenuse. How do we find the measurement for our hypotenuse? Yes, Yes, multiply the long side by the square root of 3. So if this is the long side, because that's x, we just write 18 root 3. Holy smokes. Some of y'all better put on a helmet because I just blew your mind, okay? That's how simplistic this works. Now, it's really hard to figure that out when we got, North African rodent hitting or Norwegian reindeer tickle cards going on and all the other games and videos and people fighting over Chromebooks and stuff. So it's really hard for some people to get that. It's not just this class, it's everybody. Okay? Yeah, one class really plays Norwegian reindeer tickle all the time. Now, that's how you do these problems. All right, now, a 45-45 90 triangle uses the square root of 2. The legs equals the leg. They are congruent. This is an isosceles right triangle. The hypotenuse is the leg times the square root of 2. So, what type of triangle do we have right here? Yeah. Now, if you're wondering how we get that, see how this says 45? That you got two choices. It's going to be labeled. One of the angles is going to be labeled. There you go. All right, that means, all right, so what square root do we use? Root 2. Measurement given, 5, and it's a leg. All right. And we are going to multiply by root 2. All right, now, x right here happens to be our hypotenuse. Well, how do I know that? Because it's across from the 90-degree angle, like we have covered for multiple different times. So x is actually right here. That doesn't mean we have to find it first. Okay, y is right here. Well, these two are congruent, so y should be 5. And to find x, just 5 times the square root of 2 is 5 root 2. Wow! Now, it really doesn't matter what numbers are there, it's the process. Okay, y'all had a problem on the check on learning that was like 2 root 2, and people freaked out like they've never seen it. Like, why are you teaching us Mandarin today? Okay. It's like the thought process of a 7th grade boy. It's not that deep, guys. Okay? It's just the process. The numbers change, the process stays the same. Okay? All right. Which triangle do we have here? 30, 60, 90. See? It's getting easier as we go along. All right. And what square root does that use? Root 3. All right. Oh, no. There's one of those crazy things right here. What measurement is given? 2 root 3. Now, we need to find which side this is. Well, this happens to be across from the 30 degree. Which one of the pieces of this triangle is always across from the 30 degree? The short. See? Across from there. Alright. So, we are going to multiply first by 2. Alright. Now, I'm going to find y first because I can. So, I'm going to say 2 times 2 root 3. Okay? Now, even if I did it on my calculator or not, I'm going to get a decimal or something, but let me make life a little bit easier for you. When you have something like this, you just multiply these two numbers. So, what is 2 times 2? 4. Okay, we had some people that were buffering. Alright, so it's 4 root 3. That's all we have to do. Now x, because this is our long, This is our hypotenuse. All right. Well, to find x, we have to say our long side, because this is long. 4 root 3 times root 3. Which is basically us writing out what I tried to say to do on the calculator. Okay? Now, here's the crazy thing about this. When you multiply anything that has the same number under the square root, it now becomes this, 4 times 3. Okay? It's just like what happened to one of our buildings when the tornadoes of 2011 came through. It just ripped the roof off. Okay? They came together, and that's it. Okay? Again, it's not that deep, but if we look at the highlighter, good job. Way to lean up on your hip and fart. Awesome. You're so talented. Now, so we have 4 times 3. Do we have any rootin' tootin' answers to know what 4 times 3 is?
12.
Yeah. Now do y'all kind of understand what's going on a little bit better? I need a thumbs up, thumbs down, California howdy, or something. Okay. No more underleg noises. All right. Let's look at this one. What type of triangle do we have here? Yeah. Wow, that's surprising that a methane gas running from somebody's body stinks. And pretty sure that the cannon was pointed towards you. Now, what square root does this use? Root 2. All right, measurement given. This is 8 root 2, and this is a leg. Okay? These two are congruent. We are actually going to multiply by root 2. That's the only math we actually have to do. We have to multiply by root 2. Okay? Well, y is right over here, so we're just going to say 8 root 2. Okay? That's it. Now, to find x, this is our hypotenuse. Alright, so this is going to be 8 root 2 times root 2. What happens to that right there, that root 2 times root 2? What does it become now? 2. Look, and I was trying to avoid this because when I try to do a side quest teaching people that aren't paying attention, they get lost. This is basically why. Square root of 2 times the square root of 2 is actually the square root of 2 times 2, which is the square root of 4. Well, what is the square root of 4? Dear God in heaven. It's 2. So we get 16. All right. So now, that's where our lesson stops. You have some practice problems on the back. Use the notes and use the processes that we did to help you on this. Okay? All right. for those who are watching around the home, don't forget hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and watch out for your elbow partners suddenly leaning to one side on their hip. Something crappy is about to come at you. Good stuff, good things. Roll Tide.